Everyone, please, eat to your heart's content.
Is it quicker just to go this way? I don't know. Do I have to go upstairs? Or is he going to be on the ground level? Ground level. Yay. I didn't know he was going to be like up in one of these buildings. He's just chilling in a corner. Random. Is he reading in a corner? Why are you just sitting inside? You're weird.
Huh. It's you two. What brings you here?
Shincho! Great, we found you! We wanted to ask you about something.
You're explaining the situation to Xingqiu.
That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I don't know if I can say for sure.
Anything is helpful and appreciated.
I can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But considering her age, I am reminded of a nameless heroine who's been featured in various chivalric novels.
Nameless heroine?
That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago. As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil spirits in bandit camps. The people idolized her, but never learned her name. All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength.
Good for her.
After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. All that remained were tales of her incredible accomplishments. The way this nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai. I hope that's somewhat helpful.
I have no idea.
Thanks a lot, Shincho. We knew it'd be worth talking to you.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of extra research on her story, but it was just out of personal curiosity.
I find that much of what you do is out of personal curiosity.
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Shincho, if you've read up on her, do you know of any places often associated with her?
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always appeared near one of 3 places. Wangshu Inn, the area just north of Jueyun Karst, and Qingyun Peak. Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character was also often seen near those 3 places. That would explain why those locations appear in the various novels written about her.
Would make sense. Thanks so much, Xingqiu. You're a huge help.
You're welcome. To be honest, I found some parts of the story confusing when I first came across it. If Miss Yuendai was indeed the original inspiration for the character, she may just be able to help me put the pieces together.
Except she's not able to put the pieces of her mind together enough for that.
It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into obscurity during their lifetime, even after retiring from the public eye. But no one ever saw or heard from the nameless heroine again. There were even rumors that she became extremely ill.
Well, she had early onset dementia.
I've never understood why someone would go to such lengths to erase themselves from public memory. It's almost as if she was trying to hide from something. There's probably far more to the story than what's been written.
We'll be sure to tell you if we manage to uncover the truth.
That's a deal. Perhaps, behind the truth of it all, there lies a story more fantastical than any work of fiction.
I hope so.
Paimon feels like we just learned so much from Shincho. A drought, a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion. Wait, why does the story sound super familiar?
Because it sounds like cloud retainers.
Oh, right! There's a drought in this story, too! Shincho, are droughts super common in Liyue or something?
Well, they used to be. But people have long since developed methods to prevent them, like by cultivating the soil or digging canals. So while droughts do happen from time to time, they are rarely regarded as true disasters. The drought 50 years ago is probably one of the worst we've had in the last several centuries. The crops withered, the streams ran dry, and the monsters in the mountains became rabid and agitated. Countless caravans were attacked, and people who lost their homes came together to form bandit groups. What started as a natural disaster soon became a human tragedy as well.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, and that's exactly why the nameless heroine was so beloved. She must have been someone of true integrity, to do so much for the people while asking nothing in return. Still, as terrible as that drought was, it was nothing compared to the truly calamitous disasters that befell this land in ancient times. They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common. Only the strongest of Adepti could hope to dispel the ruin and devastation. Do you have any other questions?
No, I'm
We're
good.
good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyun and the others again. Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more of her past. She used to be a great hero who saved many people. So sad that she can't recall any of it.
I think you're putting the cart before the horse, Paimon, and you have no evidence thus far that she's the same person.
Anyway, we'll be off now. See you some other time, Xingqiu. Thank you so much for your help.
It's no problem at all. Safe travels.
I hate that every time I go into co-op for anything, I've got to bloody turn this thing off. This is the third time I have tried to get through this story quest. That is how boring it is. Like, why would I want to waste my time on this stupid story quest when I could be playing other games that have actual intrinsic value to me? And so I've put off playing Genshin for days longer than I really needed to have because I just have zero interest in playing this stupid story quest. I'm sorry, but it's really fucking boring. And it's just really frustrating that I have to get through this just to get to
I can't
good
wait
stuff.
to see my adorable daughter.
God. Jesus. It's telling me I haven't played recently. Is that everything? Nope. God, I appreciate the free fragile resin. I mean, that's always appreciated. What's this? Oh, sure. Totally forgot about that last time, so I can't see me remembering that part. But yeah, so not enjoying this at all. I'm tempted to just like spam through the quests just to get through it because I have zero interest in actually playing it. I feel like it's just such a waste of my time. It's a really boring story, and I just want to get on with my life because I keep putting off playing this game. Even though the Archon quest has been loaded and everything, I just can't summon any interest in it because this stupid story quest is sitting there to be done. But anyway, let's just get this shit over and done with so I can regain my sanity. What do you want now? God, this thing just harasses me every 2 seconds. Happy? Go away. Okay, you hear from Xingqiu about 3 places that Yuandai may have been to when she was young. Time to meet up. Like, who even cares?
Cute.
Absolutely nobody is the answer. I just wish that they wouldn't write story quests for the sake of writing story quests. I wish that they would actually have a good idea and write a quest off a good idea instead of the shit that they do for a lot of these story quests. Let's face it, 80% of them are pretty bad. They're not that great. And now when I have like other avenues of good, you know, quests, hell, even Wuthering Waves story is better than this story quest. Why would I want to be wasting my time here? So you know what? We're going to smash through real quick.
I have recorded the tune that you requested.
It won't even let
I hope
me.
It will be of help to you.
Ah!
Oh, thank you.
Rude.
Straight word, but
Oh, it's no serious matter.
Oh my god, I can't fast forward, Madam Ping.
Reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such change
don't
in this
care.
world, and yet,
Just let me
time
get to
has
the
little
Archon
bearing on
quest.
one's
The
existence.
event quest,
Oh.
actually.
why so formal?
well, approximately how much more would one need to afford?
It does not require.
Cloud Retainer, Madam Ping!
Nothing save for some trivia.
Xingqiu has a...
That's nice.
Do not be troubled.
What do you think, Shuyu? Does it match up with what...
According to the story,
Is anyone gonna keep an eye on the old woman?
An exorcist from I don't have many memories of him. But there was this one time I found a box in our attic full of a bunch of weird I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's
I
returned to a
keep
familiar
telling
place.
you
Ma,
that's
it's as
not
if
how
I was
dementia
taking a stroll in
works.
a-
Is that so?
Thank you.
Let's rest it. Cool,
Okay,
that's great. Keep
sure
going.
thing.
I feel like
I
I'm
have
gonna
a
get
secret I wanna
RSI
tell
just spamming spacebar. Okay, we had to go 20 meters this way. Why?
What's wrong?
Well, I've been.
Oh! About that.
Why do you say that?
What?
Must have been a slip of the tongue.
One is indeed.
I knew it.
And the relevance of
Well,
admitting this
one
to the
time I had
child
this suit. She put me on her
is...
back. I really wanted to. So I.
Pure white. Have you ever met one that's...
That's weird. Well, even if it was just in my.
Leave it to us! Let's go to Wangshi.
Okay. How?
Are we trying to insinuate that her grandmother is a crane? You know what? I don't even care. It doesn't even matter. Go to Wangshu Inn. Okie dokie. I can do that.
Wangshu.
Do you remember this place,
Feel like
Granny?
a skip button? Nope.
The fish, I believe.
I'll come with.
Paimon's still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about. Whoa! Shao! What are you doing here all of a sudden? You scared the living daylights!
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look. If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern.
Well, actually, on the contrary. If I'm here, there likely is trouble afoot and you should be concerned.
It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned to your previous form.
You've met her in this form before. Yes, we're going to slow down because Shao is
I
here.
have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions during the Archon War.
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Behold,
An impressive imitation.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti Sigils is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics. The Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
A cloud retainer who barely talks?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, when dwelling between
Agreed.
mountain and forest, away from the struggles.
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago when she decided to don her human form. I believe it was for the purpose of...
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
Granny, are you okay?
Perhaps this conversation should end here. I shall take my leave now. Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name.
Hi, Shao.
Everyone,
He only
Slowly
rarely
now.
appears.
Calm your...
A long time ago.
So what?
I don't remember. I was confined. One day, he told me that the pills were concocted using adept.
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, and it was all thanks to the pills that you...
I'm sorry, I don't.
Hey, you're.
Oh, fret not, dear child.
The recovery of a person's memories is a grad...
Next location. There isn't after all.
Do I have to go to all three? This is so riveting. No. I miss the adventuring and mothering waves.
Whoa, why are there so many treasure hoarders here?
Because then I wouldn't have to use stamina to travel. Would have been so much better. Maybe we should make that change in Genshin. But then I suppose there's no need to go to get statues of the 7 fully upgraded.
Do you
because
remember anything
the
about
first two,
this
that
place,
is.
Granny Yuendai?
Because you do that to get the stamina.
Let me think. I feel like... But I don't...
Got it.
Wait a second. If I remember... Go on, take some. You need to eat a lot if you want to grow big and strong.
Oh, thank you. Then Paimon will help herself.
Paimon won't be growing big or strong. You missed. Are you seriously going to follow me all this way? Seems a bit dedicated even for you, Mr. Hilichurl.
I don't remember. Still, I was...
Huh?
I'm not sure. Ah.
Not...
There's no easy way to get there. Rip. Hopefully this is higher ground. Barely. Ah, an empty Sealy court. What a shame.
Paimon sees an abandoned house. Why don't we take a break over there?
This place...
It's right next to a Hilichurl camp, man. Doesn't feel like it's safe to be here.
Did you remember something, Granny?
I remember. It was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me.
I can't
We
sleep.
fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot... I remember that I alone...
Sin.
I don't know. I don't remember. Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my
Wait, you were
baby's
running
first
at 9 months
cries.
pregnant?
My dad?
I find that a
was
bit
my
hard to
pride
believe.
and joy, and so are you. But you're always going to be different from me.
I don't care what you might...
You're too... All right. Let's not stand...
No, we don't.
One
That was 3 for
recalls
3.
correctly. The next
Okay, well, apparently we're going here. Don't know why, but apparently we're going here.
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
climb on. I shall carry you to the top.
Up, we're going down, dear, not up.
Such lightness of weight.
She's old!
All those
bones
who
aren't
grow
exactly
old
dense.
grow frail in the end, do they not? First, you lose your
Does this place feel familiar?
Let me see. How strange. Have I... When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of... But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just did...
But did the stories get it wrong then? Yeah, that's... Paimon was...
I'm sorry to disappoint you.
It's alright. We're not good...
Thank you. Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Oh, let Paimon look!
It's, yeah,
Huh?
out song.
Isn't that Mount Outsong? Looks like we've come full...
Mount Outsong. Mount Outsong.
Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you...
Mount Outsong holds some...
It does, but
Are you feeling...
my head...
Cloud... Maybe Xianyun? Is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Outs.
But...
Fret not. All will. You may leave the rest to me.
Wait, really?
I never leave.
Oh, you want to fly me there? That would be quicker. Thank you. Don't stop with the music. I don't want to hear it.
Here.
Huh?
Precisely. A recent one at that. It periodically releases a soft, soothing
Oh, what? We could have come to Mount Outsong.
How preposterous. We Adepti can only,
Paimon thinks...
as previously mentioned, a gent...
Oh, Paimon...
And you and I. It...
Is it safe to leave an old woman with
The
memory
drought is
issues
over.
by a water source?
But why do you look like you want to cry?
Doesn't sound like a good idea.
The potion.
I've never regretted meeting you.
Please. Please, no. Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze, and this is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left.
Yep. She is the bird.
So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so...
Granny! Granny?
Cloud Retainer.
Your memories have returned.
Wait, did you just call her? You already knew each other?
Yes. Granny, please don't... Oh, don't worry. I'm so sorry. It's all come back.
One can sense.
No, it's okay. Shuyu. Please, Granny, don't worry. I know, dear child. Some time ago.
Is this the sin?
That's great, just get
in
to the point.
truth Not a human being. I spent many, many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze. Though she never took me on as a formal disciple, I even contemplated completing my training
Okay, so what
and
was the
becoming
sin?
an adept.
50 years ago?
During the drought that struck Liyue.
That's right. Master Rick, she was the one I looked up to but I was still far from being a real adeptus. She warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years, and if I were to fail to return to my original form...
Oh no. So that was the source of your dementia?
Was it because of...
Indeed, I fell in love. Though he was human, although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us.
I assume this
But
is pulling
still,
from the
just like me, he cared deeply about the world and wanted more
legend
than
is not the right
anything
word,
to
but
cleanse
the
it
story
all
of
pain
the
and
crane, the
suffering.
white crane and the human. Although I
could
thought that
not
was Japanese.
help but fall for him.
Oh well, maybe it's Chinese.
But my
I don't
time
remember.
continued to tick.
Oh no.
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face. I was convinced that she would not support my decision.
Why is it a sin
and I
though?
lacked the
She
courage to
literally
speak
told
to
you
her
that you had
face
two
to face.
choices. You come back and be a
In my
crane again, or
shame,
you leave and you
I
become
fled.
something else.
And tried to hide from the world.
It's not really a
Such that
sin
no one would
so
be
much
able-
as a
but that
consequence
was
of your
only the beginning
actions.
of my troubles. I began, along with my memories as a crane. Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortune. Granny! Coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence, Master?
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when one's progeny is wedded, would it not? Consider the pill.
So when I tried to conceal my name and
One still remembers when you were but a fledgling. You possessed. One found you with such ease every time.
Wait. Paimon, so Cloud Retainer. You found
Seriously. And you see what I mean when I always have criticisms on these story quests? They rarely ever have something to do with
One
the
was
person.
furious upon receiving your letter.
Like the story is
Seized
about,
with
like, this is
anger,
not even
one
about
set out to bring you
Shenyan.
to your
It's all
senses.
about this random old woman that no one gives two shits about. I really wish they would just focus on the damn character in front of them and write a good story about them. Like, what are we doing here? We're running in a straight line just so it can recount dialogue to me. Like, what the fuck is the point? This is so stupid.
In truth,
Like,
but
seriously.
soon, one unwilling to
If you
wishing
couldn't
to
think of a
grant
story
you
to
a
write, then
life
don't
without
write one.
as for
Although
how
one would think with
one
the amount of
took
people you
great
would have in your
one
team, you'd be able to
one
write a
was
damn good
quite
story.
torn.
Why is writing stories so difficult for so many people? It's really frustrating. If you don't have the skill, don't do it. Or if you think you have a skill and you don't, people really ought to tell you that you don't have the skill. I almost didn't make that, and because this is a domain, I would have died if I hadn't have made that. I can't make... Oh, thank God for that. I was like, dude, I cannot fly upwards. And yet it still requires me to? What? I can't climb. What? I can't climb in a domain.
Nevertheless,
It's letting me
one would
climb in a
speak to
okay,
you
it's
about
not.
another matter.
You can't climb in domains. I'm surprised she even grabbed onto it. What the fuck do you want me to do? There's no path appearing. How do I get there? I don't understand. I can't believe it's letting me climb. That is so weird. It never lets you climb in domains. Been there and done that many a time.
Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Skyward!
She's the only one I get to play.
Yeah! Scatter! Skyward! Make way for the Adeptus! Yeah!
I held it. Well, they're not supposed to hold it. Maybe that was my problem.
Yeah! Scatter!
There we go.
Yeah! Stray clouds converge!
Are we insinuating that there were healer shells outside the crane's place? Because this is all just weird. That was not the case.
Inconsequential! Skyward!
Why would there be healer shells?
Those monsters would... One was after... In the end, to see you...
I don't care. I really don't care.
Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait. But if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale.
Where are we? Oh. This is Leo Harbor. It's the Adventurers Guild, right? No?
Just as you and I, upon finding, when one asked you, one had no choice. It bears meant, perhaps.
Well, that was a waste of my time.
Now, one has, still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Memories are most meaningful when recalled.
Master, I must ask.
One has never, when it is time, 'tis a refuge. One speaks, of course, of a place not 40 years ago, you... Fortunately, you were able to...
So,
One will help...
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
Master, I don't know how
I mean, what's wrong with that?
Granny, please
Don't be sad,
It's not like
dear
she has a
child.
partner to, like,
Don't forget to eat.
need to, you know,
Good
be intimate
girl.
with.
Good. I won't stop. That's a good girl.
I'll eat well,
Wait,
Granny.
she's a minor.
promise.
Where is she
That's a
gonna
good
live? Who's
girl.
gonna take care of her? Who's gonna earn
I'm
income
so
for
sorry,
her?
Master.
Oh, that's why Shannon was asking about upkeep. Okay, fair enough. Still, who's she gonna live with? I mean, she didn't have to fly off immediately. Jesus, she could have stayed for a chat.
Shiryu.
Let her be. Tears are a necessary part of maturing now that the issue has been resolved.
It's a pretty little trinket. It's very windy on this mountain. Hey, who put Geo back on my traveler? I was wondering if she would see Aether.
I always believed we would see each other again, that our days of separation would finally end, and all my troubles would be behind me. If only things could stay this way forever.
Sad. That's really sad. Being teased with the vision you can't have.
A nightmare?
No, a dream she didn't want to wake from.
Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up.
Where's Paimon? Ah, there. She's having her own little wildlife tea party. That's adorable.
Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit.
At least you're aware of
You are
it.
doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it.
Aww. She said she's not
Of
good at words
course.
of comfort.
Whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you.
Aw, you just gained yourself a little
After
mother.
all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
Aw. That's a really sweet moment. Too bad it's, you know, stuck behind a fucking terrible story.
Huh?
They're really getting the value of that eye-opening animation, guys.
Oh. Madam.
Oh, Shuyu, you're awake.
I feel, Madam.
Oh. And
I know Granny thought what she did, but even though Granny lost her memory, I could become a cool adeptus like you.
upon some reflection...
Thank you so...
Shoot, Paimon's gonna let you in. If you join them, you'll never enjoy Wanmin Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
That's
How
not
utterly
true.
preposterous. Every individual must find their...
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty...
Although Mount Outsong is
Wait,
rich in
doesn't she have the
natural
cooking
beauty,
machine?
its location... That is precisely
So doesn't she have
why one
great cuisine
plans
up here on the
to
mountain?
relocate to
Whoa. You're leaving Mount outside?
But also, isn't Shanhe and Ganyu her aunt? Shanyu and Shanhe and Ganyu her disciples. They live in Liyue Harbor, so that's not entirely true, Paimon.
One has never concerned... Yet in the end, all of one's disciples
she says
ended
the same
up
thing.
in Liyue. One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One is most... Why are you all so...
Paimon is...
One will be assuming...
Don't worry, we'll help you. So,
Perhaps in 2 days, one has already...
seems like you've been
days?
A sensible plan. Oh, also...
Just let it
why
be
don't
done.
you take...
Just let it be done. Put me out of my misery. Yeah, which part though? I'll go here. Oops. I mean, I assume we might be going to Wanmin Restaurant because Paimon likes to eat. Right. Jean, why are you standing there?